Hello and welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. Last time we went through our first dungeon and we have our new mission. We are going to kill the most powerful general in the country who has vast popular support and who killed the previous king. So, as it says on the right hand side, today has been a lot and, well, we are going to have to do a little bit of a rest and see what tomorrow brings. What was that power in you, I wonder? Rhea seems to know something about it. Well, hey, I say use it or lose it. That said, let's take the rest of the day off. Haha. Yeah, let's get some rest. Good, I'm pooped.
Can't sleep? Guess I'm not surprised after what we just went through. Still, you've got to keep yourself rested to be at your best.
I know.
I will.
I wanted to tell you, though. When the human attacked, I heard a strange voice. It told me my duty would be to guide you. What do you think it meant? I mean, I haven't exactly been much of a guide so far. All I told you was that we had to deliver our message, and that almost got you killed. I never expected it would be this dangerous, and it feels kind of like it's my fault.
Well, I mean, it isn't really her fault. She was just told to guide us, and she did. We had the mission either way, as far as I'm aware. I don't mind a little danger, or it kind of is your fault. Let's just say it's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
You say that, but look, I can't fight with you. But as long as you're up against all this scary stuff, I'll try to help however I can. You've got something special, you know. I don't know what it is just yet, but I believe in you. Oh, hey, you know what insomnia is good for? Catching up on reading.
Ah.
If only our lives were anything like the world in your novel. It's just war after war here, with Magla arts fueling the flames, but it's a nice fantasy. Enjoy it while you can. Good night.
Well, that was a weird image. That continues to be a weird image.
Well, hello. Nice to meet you. I've been waiting. And now you've acquired a most interesting power. You truly are an intriguing one.
This will be the person who spoke to us at the start, then.
Fascinating. In the moments where your heart is most gripped by the book, I can reach out to you. My name is Moore, and I am the humble author of the novel you've been reading. You stand now in my study. Quite something, isn't it? A hall of wisdom, purpose-built for the research of certain powers. I call it academia. Alas, it's as much a prison as it is a library. His most merciful majesty saw fit to lock me in this place. It has me a bit addled, honestly. I no longer remember where in the kingdom my study actually lies. I never imagined my voice would reach beyond these walls. Until you appeared. And now, by whatever strange forces are afoot, I can speak directly to your mind. So, what would you say to an alliance?
Well, I've literally just met you. I know that you say that you wrote the book, but beyond that, we don't know too much else. But, what kind of alliance?
What kind of alliance?
There must be more you wish to know. For instance, the nature of this fascinating power you've awakened to. I believe you have found a way to wield true magic. You need no petty conduit of mortal make. You can even change your appearance using the raw magma within. It is above all a mystic, long-hidden art, now the stuff of legend. What I have come to call archetypes.
Archetypes?
A spirit of heroic virtue. A transformative power that manifests only in those who embody the heroes and kings of old in some core aspect. Heroes of antiquity are often depicted as near mythic figures, with forms transcending the mortal. These accounts are no mere allegory, but truth. However, none of my records describe anyone wielding such power as freely as you. Perhaps you are meant for not just proficiency, but mastery. In their truest form, archetypes represent the power of a true hero. One who can drive away calamity and evil in this world, no matter its form. Indulge me this request, and I believe my dream may yet be possible. Together, we can restore the kingdom's ideals. I shall gladly provide you knowledge and assistance to master your newfound power. So what say you? Will you take my hand in friendship?
Okay.
Okay.
The bargain is struck then.
I hear a voice from somewhere.
The scholar in search of utopia. More. Within him dwells the virtue of the seeker. Nurture thy bond with him, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Have we just got a social link? New bond.
Now let's see what manner of story you'll weave.
Rank 1, new ability, Seeker Archetype. The party can now study the Seeker once unlocked in Academia. So Seeker was the name of the archetype that we used in the previous battle. And Bright-Eyed Student allows the party to change between archetypes once unlocked in Academia. Okay. I can sense the heroic embodiment of the Seeker from More. Followers. More is the first of your followers, people that can support your quest as steadfast allies that you can grow closer to. I can see Strohl on the right hand side as well. Strengthening your bonds with your followers will lead to unlocking various abilities that can change the shape of your journey. Or is just the first of many, so keep an eye out for any more.
We'll meet again, I'm sure. Here's to our joined path, and the thrills that yet lie ahead.
I'm a little bit more confused after that one.
The royal funeral draws ever closer. 5 days remain.
All ready then? From here on, we travel in secret. If we're to get back into the capital, we'll have to do it undetected. So we'll cut through the forest, find the abandoned mine shaft in the mountain, and take the tunnel to the other side.
That way they'll never see us coming, huh?
Lad, you'll be our vanguard. It'll be a trial by fire, but the sooner you get used to that power, the better.
Speaking of, you were talking like you know something about it.
Not much. Just what I've picked up from missions in the early days. I've only heard it's a power found in those who walk a righteous path. Sounded like superstition to me, but everything's always clearer on the battlefield. Once I saw it in action, I could tell it was no fable. Never thought it'd come back to haunt me. Despite all my training and research, I never managed to master it myself.
So would that imply that Grius does not hold an aspect of a previous heroic figure in the history of this world? I wonder if that's hinting at something.
Huh. It really is something special, then.
Don't forget, one wrong move and I'll cut you down.
I'm aware.
I'm watching you.
Yes, I get it. Just trust me, all right?
Right. Let's check the map. This'll all be for nothing if we get lost.
This place.
They're called the Nord Mines, apparently. Going through them would put us near the capital, it seems.
That being the case,
This road should take us to Grand Thrad.
All right.
We'll check for a way around. Next stop, Grand Thrad. Okay. So can I go back here?
stop.
That's the northern border fort. I have no intention of going back. Okay, so right now we're still on a very linear path. It does seem at some point we'll get choices about where to go, but for now,
This place here.
the Nord Mines it is. An abandoned mine, no longer operational, it is now infested with monsters. The Nord Mines are full of complex paths. We can go through them to approach the capital undetected.
Don't let your guard
We'll
down.
be going through the Nord Mines. Are you ready? I'm ready.
Good.
We should hurry. Our focus is on making it to the royal capital.
The Nord Mines, located northwest of Grand Trad. It is resource-rich with magla crystals. Its proximity to the capital simplified crystal excavation, but the Sanctus Church's sudden proclamation of closure stopped work in its tracks. Exiting the forest, the party continues along the wooded road leading to the derelict mine.
So is that more narrating? It must be. The mine's entrance should be just ahead. Don't stray off the path.
Huh?
What's the matter?
What happened?
I may be imagining it, but I can't help but feel we're being watched.
No.
This deep into wilderness, though. Couldn't be. Sorry, I'm just on edge.
Don't let your guard down.
Looking for an opportunity to escape. Don't forget, I have my eye on.
Look at that!
Hey, look! Up in the air! A large bird is known as a corvo. It stalks its prey from the sky, then goes in for an ambush. Ugh, so what now? Like, we needed another addition to our list of problems. Maybe we can hide and wait it out? No, we need to keep moving. We're already low on time as it is. Besides, let me guess, you could move much faster if I died back there and you didn't need to keep an eye on me. Come on, have a little faith.
Let's go.
Should I? If you're truly worthy, then demonstrate it. You need to move, don't fall behind.
Pushing forward.
We got some new stuff for our memorandum. Nord Mines. A mine dug in the hills of northwest Uchronia. Due to the abundance of high-quality magla crystals, the mining efforts had long been under the king's direct authority. However, some sort of catastrophic accident took place several years ago, costing many lives, and the mine was temporarily closed until the cause of the incident could be removed. However, the mines remain shuttered even now, and they're generally thought of as abandoned. Nevertheless, as ample magla veins still remain and the mine's entrance was never sealed off, the past years have seen a reliable influx of daredevils who come seeking their instant fortune in the mine's remaining prizes, which has led to its own associated problems. Okay. Magic. Archetypes. A mysterious power that Grem is awakened to. Shining magla engulfs the entire body, transforming it into a giant figure reminiscent of a hero. It seems to be a sort of magic, but clearly not the same kind as the igniters issued by the army. Everything about it deviates from what is commonly known as magic. Academia. A mysterious room described by Moore as a hall of wisdom, reminiscent of a researcher's study. The chamber is filled with all manner of objects rarely seen elsewhere, from books containing secret knowledge regarding archetypes to forbidden texts and tools which accurately map the movements of the stars, among countless others. Okay, and then people, Moore. An enigmatic young man imprisoned in a peculiar study called Academia. He first contacted Grem during a particularly trying moment by somehow linking their consciousnesses. Though he is undoubtedly an ally, many mysteries surround him, such as his knowledge that igniters are not essential to magic, or his profound expertise on archetypes. Cool. Well, this map seems fairly simple. It's a straight line. Well, let's make our way along it. Ooh, slight split in the road, but it's just a way for us to get this treasure. Blue moss. Okay.
We're not. Stop!
Hold on. There's some wild dogs over there. Hundos. The beasts hunt in packs. Should they come at us together, we'll be overwhelmed if we're not careful. We can't give them the chance to surround us. We'll need to find a different path for now. Why do you hesitate, lad? That's just a pack of wild dogs, barely worth a moment's worry for someone such as you. Really? Ah, you still don't get it. So be it. Seems you need an impromptu lesson on the basics of combat. Listen, pay attention, as this subject affords few mistakes. First, take a good look at your foes. Consider, is this your first meeting or are you already familiar with them?
Got it?
Once you've assessed their strength, prepare your next move. If they're stronger, approach with caution. If they're weak, cut them down quickly. Now size up that hundo. What do you make of it? Is weaker.
Aye.
Indeed. You slipped out of death's grip at the fort, so this should hardly be a challenge. Press left trigger to activate face sight and identify an enemy's strength via their color. Low level enemies will grow blue, enemies of the same level will grow yellow, and higher level enemies will glow red. Unknown enemies will appear white. When you have leveled up to a point where you think you can overpower certain enemies, you can simply approach the enemy to see if their color has changed. When engaging a weaker force, clear your mind and simply do what must be done. Put them to the sword. Weaker enemies can be defeated quickly with a simple X attack. In addition, being attacked on the field by a weaker enemy will not force you into a squad battle, though the protagonist will still take damage. Okay, so once you get to the point where the enemy is weak, you can just spam the X button. Got it. Locking on. If you press the left bumper when a cursor is over an enemy, you will lock onto that enemy. The enemy will always be in view and you can easily close the distance by attacking.
Alright.
Understood. Now try it for yourself, lads.
Give it a shot.
Right there.
So we can do this. So I need to do phase sight to see. We know the level
There they
1, we
are.
can do this. We could squad fight if we want to. Or alternatively, we can do this.
Come on! Alright, how's that? Let's push through! Come on! Let's push through!
Oh nice, we got 2 of 1 swing there. And we still get the experience from defeating them. Nice. Okay. So it might be worth it if we can find enough small enemies to just wipe your way through them so you can get some stuff, assuming they drop what you need.
Hold on.
Ah, that's right. I've one more rule for you to keep in mind.
Got it?
Never drop your guard. Even against weaker foes. On the battlefield, fortunes can turn if you let up for even a moment. Should that happen, change your tactics and fight together as one. Stay calm, you'll be fine. Press Y to initiate a squad battle against an enemy in the field. If you use Y to initiate a squad battle on an enemy after depleting its break gauge, with X attacks the battle starts with great advantage, or if you're attacked by a stronger enemy than you, you'll be forced into a battle where the enemy is at advantage. Survey the situation and use different methods to fight. Never stop looking for ways to seize any tactical advantage. Evaluate the enemies in your vicinity, then decide whether you'll dispatch them quickly with X to stun them first, or jump directly into a strategic squad battle by using Y. Phase sight will help you determine your battle approach while staying out of enemy reach. Use it to be efficient as you tackle a dungeon.
I'm counting on you.
There's no replacement for first-hand experience. Get comfortable with fighting before we reach Grand Trad. I need to be sure you can defend yourself.
That being the case,
Okay. I also want to test here. So we still cannot save in this area, so this must count as a dungeon area. Also, wait a second, the story thus far? Oh, that's cool. It's like a little recap of the story if you happen to forget. Okay, neat. Not useful now, but useful later. I think I was confused about what I was seeing there, but I think I actually saw Gallica like behind us. So how strong are you? You're unknown, but you are... What level? You're level 2? Level 2, I think. So this... Never mind. Okay, squad battle. Nice. Retrying a battle. If you're unhappy with how a battle is going, you can restart it from the beginning by pressing the left stick in. By pressing the right trigger, assist will automatically move the cursor to an enemy who has a weakness to a skill you have. Okay. Well, we don't want to know what this person does yet, so let's try wind.
A tough one.
Take this!
It's dead. Nice. Okay. What is A experience? A experience must be Archetype experience, which is separate from experience. And then we still have Mag, which we don't know what that is yet.
Looks like we're safe for now.
Okay. 2 routes to go. Well, this one has an item on it, so obviously this is the correct route. Okay. Oh, hello.
Push through.
Didn't even realize it was there until I saw the wing at the corner of my eye. How about attacking it? Not weak to that. Recovered from its stun. It's because we did enough hits to it, it recovers from its stun. Ow! This is the first combat where we've been hit. I mean, apart from the boss combat.
Come forth,
hit
royal
it.
soul. Wind. It didn't work.
Focus.
Oh no.
Take this!
Okay. Saved.
Can't
Ow.
afford another fight like that.
There are still some foes around.
Skills. Us. Plus chase support. Make support attacks from your comrades happen more easily in overworld combat. Oh. Okay. I don't even know what that means, but okay. We got a bouncy bark. These guys are weaker, so what we can do... no, we have to wait until they get to the right point.
There they are.
Then...
Time for some close calls. All right. How's that?
Get these guys.
Come on.
Fine work.
Wonderful. Ooh. Look at a moth creature. I'm just checking we haven't missed anything. No. Okay. Unknown. Okay. Oh, a shop. Interesting. I'd like to attack this one by getting in behind it.
We're not alone. Keep an eye
Right
out.
there.
Okay. Gonna wait for it to turn. Then hit it.
Push through.
This is our.
Got
Let's
it.
give him a fight.
You make the first move.
Okay, you weak to wind.
Scour.
It's the only move I have, so
They're down.
you are weak to it. Fantastic. Interesting. We didn't get another turn when we hit a weakness there. Okay. So was that only for the boss fight we did where we got that extra turn?
Okay. Not bad at all.
Hey, we got a point of endurance naturally. Let's give us one more point in luck, just because I like it being a nice round 10.
They're down.
Okay.
Victory well earned.
We got bouncy bark. Let's head over here. And it's a shop. Hello. Actually, before we speak to him,
No. Looks like
I'm
they
gonna
found
attack here.
us. We're on the defense.
Got him.
Okay. Let's give this all we got.
Quick, everyone, go.
Come forth, royal soul.
Wind,
Just
That
one
one's
left.
down.
Take this.
Got nothing to worry about.
and it's dead. It's not dead.
I will fight with pride.
Ah, but he didn't get a turn because of the weakness. Okay. So it takes away a turn from them, but doesn't give like an extra turn to you.
Not
Okay.
worth our breath.
Understood. We leveled up.
I think that's
No,
all
actually,
of them.
it looked like we leveled up. But I think we were just like on 1 XP, so it looked like we'd gone over the top, but we hadn't really. Hello.
What is it?
Haven't seen you lot around these parts before. You wouldn't be bandits now, would you? What are you talking about? Now to get a better look at you, I'd say you aren't bandit material. I guess I'm just on edge. I know it's funny to think so in a deserted place like this, but I feel like I'm being followed.
Right.
What are you doing in such a remote place? Whoa, I'm not your enemy, friend. I'm just a peddler. I've a regular nearby, so I came for business. But the beasts are real bloodthirsty today, so I assumed a human appeared.
Pardon?
For instance, have you heard about the human who appears from nowhere and wipes out entire towns? Terrifying, no? Looks like Strohl might know something. My apologies, didn't mean to sour the mood. But hey, would you lot be interested in buying something? Listen? My trade you hear a lot of gossip. Plenty of rumors lately about beasts from all over getting more feral by the day. When that happens, humans eventually appear out of nowhere and destroy some town or village. Chills me to even speak of it. I heard that monsters have been running amok lately at the nearby border fort. Hope nothing bad has happened. You got anything new? No. Okay. Buy? Zio sells medicinal herbs, revival stuff, and medicine. Okay, well we can sell him all of our stuff, right? Yeah. I assume it doesn't matter who you sell it to, so we'll just sell all. Wonderful. I'm going to buy... We still have a revival medicine. I'm going to buy one more. I'm trying not to save up our money too much. And then 5 of those. Nice. Because I don't think this is going to be very much money. Oh, have you found something worth selling? I can give you a good price. Plenty of stuff in these woods, lots of rubbish, but some materials too. You won't catch me scavenging for it today though.
Thank you.
I'll stay put until the beasts settle down. If you find something worth selling, well, you know where to find me. We got a memorandum about that, about the travelling peddler. Merchants who travel from town to town selling regional specialties from across the kingdom at higher markup. They are invariably veteran travellers, even willing to explore caves and other places where world's monsters are more likely to lurk. Their sense of adventure and rarity of their goods often inspire awe those who have never ventured outside their town's borders. Okay. Oh, there it is there. Oh, I see. So when it's building up, that yellow bar builds up. So that's why you might want to get in and attack them earlier. Okay, cool.
Let's give him a fight.
Get it.
Make the first move.
Wind.
Last one.
We've got nothing to worry about.
Nice. We killed it. Awesome.
I think I'm getting used to this.
Okay, more XP.
That'll do it.
Almost at rank 3 of our archetype. Map-wise, we haven't missed anything. Nope. Okay, carry on. We have yet another moth. Okay, so it's yellow to us.
There they are.
And...
Forward. All right. How's that?
Got it.
We have the edge.
No, straight.
And kill it. Wonderful. Seems good to me. We got some fairy dust from that as well. What is fairy dust?
Eyes forward.
Back off.
Enemies are...
Items. Fairy dust. 50 HP to all allies. Okay.
I see the enemy.
Oh, it's that one to the side I want you to target. Yeah, that one. And go.
Let's push through.
Nobody here to leap
Nice.
into it. So it's
Okay.
yours.
Got some more medicine.
Pocket it.
Okay, so it's trying to give us different groups of enemies so we know what to do. And
Come on.
nice.
There they are.
Then we focus on this one. And dash through it so we can do a squad battle.
Stay calm, everyone.
Okay. Hit it.
Just one left.
They're dead.
One down.
You have this.
2 down. Wonderful. That's a little bit more
Next one
XP.
will fall just as easy.
That's rank 3 with our archetype. Don't have any clue what that means, but, you know, we're there now. Oh, hello. I didn't even spot you.
Let's do this.
I guess we're just fighting.
Come forth, royal.
So you're not weak to this.
No. Seeker.
Well, let's do it anyway.
Scour.
Take this.
Nice.
Tougher than I thought.
It gets a turn. Ow. Yeah, if it actually gets a turn, we are extremely hurt.
You're here. Let's
Okay.
keep this up.
We definitely want to deny them as many turns as possible. Skills? Let's do a little heal here. Don't know if I should be keeping my MP, but that's alright. Also forgot we had a dodge, but doesn't seem particularly relevant right now. Oh, never mind. Very relevant right now. Okay, so I did squad previously. I think I should just do this and just run in and hit no matter what. Okay. Squad must just be if you don't think you can reach an enemy.
By this power.
Hit it.
It's still up.
Take this.
Nice. It's dead.
They chose the wrong opponent.
Okay.
That should do it.
So, carry on. Looks like we're about to leave this extended tutorial. Oh, the air is suddenly growing tense.
Got a moment?
Hey, what's going on? We've been surrounded. Even out here, it seemed the monsters are the least of our concerns. I know you can hear me, so show yourselves. Or would you rather we come at you? Damn, awfully sharp for an old goat, ain't you? The bastard's lived long enough. Kill him quick. Oh,
It appears we must do this.
we're fighting humans.
I've never fought soldiers before, but I won't waver. Wind!
What is that?
Okay, I guess that was a story-based attack because we didn't get a choice.
Never seen anything like it. That's not an igniter. Let's do this.
Okay, they're both targeting Grim.
Shite.
Guarding. Press B to guard, which consumes one turn icon. Guarding greatly decreases the damage your character takes and prevents any weaknesses from being exploited. This prevents the enemies from gaining turns too.
What's that?
Okay,
Something's coming.
guard.
Take
Watch
this.
out.
I mean, we were quite clearly told to guard,
No
so...
mercy for you.
Oh yeah, we'd be so dead without that.
Here they come.
Utilizing formations effectively. During squad battles, your formation will affect the damage party members deliver and receive depending on their position. Those in the front row deal more damage with melee attacks, those in the back row deal less melee damage but take less damage from enemies. During battle, you can change your formation by pressing the keys assigned to up and down to move party members between rows. So, I want to move us back?
To the rear guard.
Yeah, because I want us to take less damage. And then I want
Let's go.
to heal ourselves. Okay, but we took less damage because we moved ourselves into the back row.
Hold back!
Now we can potentially attack this one with our neat thing there and kill it.
It's our turn now.
Okay, we're being targeted again. That's a hint that we should guard.
I think something's coming. Watch out.
Okay.
Got no mercy for you.
It's so weird to get a combat tutorial after the first boss, but I mean, it makes sense.
Vitus power.
Right, let's heal ourselves again.
Take this. Don't joke.
You gotta aim
It's
better
our
than that.
turn now. Hold still. Here
Oh.
they come.
That didn't go for us.
I won't hold back.
Let's now go with our wind attack.
A tough one.
Still standing. Use your
You
eyes.
gotta aim better than that.
Shite.
Let's
Okay,
go.
hit him.
Scour.
That also definitely hinted at that we'll be able to control more characters, right? That was definitely what was hinted at by that last tutorial. Because it was suggesting we can move people back and forward as we played through a fight. But currently we can only control ourselves and we can only move ourselves back and forward, but it's probably just to make the tutorial go quicker. Also, bunch of XP. Are these soldiers from the fort? They survived. No, that couldn't be. They're simply deserters, aren't there?
No.
Aren't they? That's not what I'm asking. How would they already have mobilized a pursuit? I don't know, but I think it's safe to say I'm the least of your worries at this point.
Let's hurry.
In any case, we should probably keep moving. Let's go.
All right.
Here we are. It looks so creepy. Well, I guess you did say it was abandoned. Aye, the Crown Theocracy ordered it so. Haven't been to this place in quite some time. Despite the royal decree, I still hear of miners risking it all to come to this place seeking the riches left within.
Hey,
I'll happily trade some illegal miners for the armed detachment of soldiers pursuing us. Shall we hurry inside?
Indeed.
You're not wrong there. Make preparations if you must, but be quick about it.
So,
Okay, so we now have access to this guy. Also, we can now save. Makes sense. Let's not override. Let's make a new save file. Okay. Hello.
what is it?
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, never mind. He was asking something new. Color me surprised. I don't think there'd be others with business at an abandoned mine, but why come here of all places? Is there someone you know inside? We're just passing through. Ah, of course, indeed, this would be the shortest route to get to the other side of the mountains. Haven't you heard? The place was abandoned, but a few blokes stayed behind to do some less than legal mining. One of them is an old friend of mine. I sell the stones he digs out.
These come highly
Enough
recommended.
about that. Surely we met for a reason, so if there's something you need, allow me to accommodate you. This area used to be quite a bustling little hub, but these days, only the curious tend to get close. Of course, I made a fortune in those days. Now I'm lucky to get loose change. The looks of it, the veins were far from depleted, so why did the Sanctus Church order the mine's closure? Sell some stuff here. And buy. We already have that stuff, that's fine. Is that it? That is it, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you kindly. Come back anytime. Hello. So it wasn't just my imagination to think we were being followed this whole time. But like Grias said, something's off. When that human came out of nowhere, it wiped out all the soldiers to the last. Then again, maybe it didn't come out of nowhere. But if that's the case, no, it couldn't be. Hello. Last night's incident wiped the fort's entire garrison. Surely they lacked the manpower needed to search for deserters. Somehow, we're already being pursued. Regardless, due to the nature of our mission, it'd be best if they considered us dead. Let us push through this mine while we still can, or while we can. Okay. Well, into the mine.
Wait a second.
Wait. There's probably a bunch of shady miners in there, right? Will we be safe around them? Ah, fear not. Most of them are the same miners who worked here before the closure. Besides, it'd be against their interest to cause a scene, risk the crown theocracy coming down on this place, right?
Then
Oh, sounds like there won't be a problem then. Are you ready? Let's go.
Let's go.
If our pursuers catch up with us, it'll be a whole mess of trouble that I'd rather not deal with. Let's move with haste. Okay, we're in the North Mines. It's dead quiet. Are you sure there are still people working here? That disquiet and stillness you feel, those are your instincts alerting you to the bloodthirst in the air. Judging by the people who were after us before, then it's likely.
Stop! Don't move!
Halt, deserters!
Don't you dare move!
You're trapped like rats now. Lay down your arms and surrender peacefully. As I thought, we walked right into an ambush. They got us at a disadvantage, catching us in this narrow bottleneck. We need to turn back now. It's no use, the entrance is already barricaded with soldiers. Surrender immediately. You've got nowhere to run. If you don't comply, then the miners will pay the price for your insolence.
Wait.
This is a misunderstanding. We're not deserters. We were forced to retreat. We had no choice. A human... Oh yes, we're well aware of your predicament. That's exactly why we can't have any survivors. Orders are to let no one escape. Well, it appears we stepped into a whole damn conspiracy. We have no choice. We fight our way through. Here they come. Stop them here and now. Let's go. Ow. Well, one down.
I think we got them all. We'll be safe for a while.
Well, one of them looked like he jumped into the wall there.
All right.
Anyway. Head down here. Being very careful.
Right
I don't see anything.
It still says this one's weaker than us, so yeah, kill him. Oh, that must be the teammate thing it was suggesting. The teammate joining us thing. Okay, so if they hit while we're out in the field, we can do extra damage. I understand. Right.
What are you doing?
Got it. And we got our item, scrap metal. Okay. Further down here. Keeping an eye out for anyone who might jump us. Over there, someone's collapsed.
Hey, are you alright?
I told you. I didn't see no deserters. Please. Don't kill me.
The life is gone from his eyes.
Why?
To send a message, boy. Either we give ourselves up, or these innocents pay the price.
But the only one who could know we survived, and the only one who could send soldiers after us. Oh, come on, let's move.
Captain Klinger? That would make sense.
Stop right there.
Okay. I've stopped. Now what?
Watch out!
Oh, no. I beat you up. Oh, well. That didn't work well for you.
What are you doing?
See the enemy.
Got him. I was retreating from him, despite him being on our side. Okay. And let's get out of here. What?
Wait.
Isn't that? Just as I thought. It all makes sense now. It appears we're expected.
I knew I'd find you here. You were the only one who never went up to the fort itself, after all. It couldn't have been anyone else.
Who would have thought 3 sorry stragglers would make it past a whole unit of assassins?
Bastard. You never intended for anyone to survive. You knew the human would be there.
Naturally. You heard the reports. I only put more bait on the hook. I wasn't expecting that damn thing to be rampaging already.
You sent those soldiers to their deaths. Why?
Because the Kingdom's Guard is powerless before the humans, and only a pile of bodies will prove that to the public.
So someone wants the King's Guard disgraced. And when the people need him most, a savior rises as their shield. Is that your game?
Savior? Speak plain, boy. You think he's one of Luis's men?
A pitiful flock needs its shepherd. If a little blood is what it takes to show them who their real savior is, then that's a price easily paid.
That's why those sons and daughters die. For your savior.
They aren't the first. The soldiers cry for reinforcements, the villagers plead to be spared. But I know better than to confront a human.
A village? You refused. Wait, then you were the one who... 7 years ago. The first Flames Day of June, a village in the northern hills was razed to the ground. A village called Harlia.
Oh yes, that might have been a name.
Then you made a fatal mistake, Klinger. You left one survivor!
Stay back!
Help me!
You played right into our hands, you know. This was the only road without checkpoints. A simple deduction.
You're a disgrace to your title. I may not make it out alive, but as for you, you're hopeless!
O thou who art seared with bitterness, O thou anguished traveler, it is time for thou to choose thy path. O lodestar, whose light reveals the king's own path, awaken.
What?
What the? Oh, no! I can't fail Lord Luis. Without him, I've got nothing left. You struggle in vain. I won't let you rob me of my glory! This is the way of the real world, little lordling!
You call this real? Leaders abandon their people and the innocent die by their scorn. If that's the real world, then it can die alongside you! My name is Leon Strohl the Haliatus. My home and my family were taken from me. I am the last of my house. I am the last of my noble bloodline.
and in the name of my people, I will strike you down where you stand! Come, I will show you a world with honor.
Awesome.
What is this?
Wait, he's got power like yours now? Well, better show him how to use it.
Also, what I love is that Grius just last night was telling us how he had tried for years to get this power and never attained it. And within the space of 24 hours, the 2 children who are with him have both shown this power. That must hurt.
I don't know what you think you're doing, but I'll not cave to an empty threat like that! This igniter's all I need to turn you to ash. You lot, get to it! Cover me!
So he scampers off to protect himself, and his subordinates get to be his living shields. The man's showing his true colors. I'll fix the filthy coward with the end he deserves.
The igniter's powerful, but it takes care and calculation to wield. If you sense danger, steel your defenses and endure it.
Okay, and now we have control over Strohl. I see, we need them to have the awakening before we have control over them. Also, I love how his awakening had a crowd of fictional people, him imagining himself giving the speech to. Very cool. Okay, well, as much as we should hit Klinger, it does make sense to hit a soldier first.
Hack and slash.
That's some pretty good damage.
Come forth,
We're gonna go with one of these. See if we can burst one down. Aha! Fantastic. Okay, so he resists fire. I actually have no idea what we resist. How do I even see that? Is that even anything I should know about yet? Archetype details. Oh, okay. So we are weak to fire. Yes, so we should probably move to the back. Also, archetype explanation. Ooh. The Origin Seeker archetype. The Seeker's average stats and versatile skill set make for a good all-round archetype with few standout strengths or weaknesses. Resistant to wind but weak to fire, the Seeker can learn skills for healing, buffing, and using wind magic. And then we have Strohl's new skill. So, he has Slash. He also appears to have some passive skills. Oh, increases if further archetypes of the same lineage are present. But we're going to be getting lots of mixing around the party and having to work out which buffs to get. Explanation. The Origin Warrior archetype. The warrior specializes in physical slash attacks with swords, primarily on a single target. With their focus being on strength, they're left lacking in both magic and resistances to magic arts. Okay. Cool. Anyway. Strohl.
I shall vanquish evil.
Hit him.
Let's stay calm.
We're going to move to the back
distance.
because we're weak to what Klinger throws out. And then we're going to hit this one.
Take this!
Nice.
Curse you.
Die!
Mage fire. That's okay. Alright.
Warrior!
Physical. Let's see how it goes.
The freedom of a Vitus power.
Let's try some wind. This isn't too bad. Mage fire. This is still okay. If anyone gets low enough, we'll just heal them. Also, physical attacks in this game use MP. It's worth pointing out because in some variations of the previous combat system, they use HP, but not in this game. We will probably absolutely destroy this one once the defensive bonus wears off. Also, it looks like buffs are on for 3 turns. Okay. That hit us, but we are in the back, so we should be okay. Might be worth a little heal, but let's attack. I am actually going to heal us, just in case. It's probably overly safe, but let's do that. Well, Grius missed, so might not have been overly safe.
Die! 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 You
Mage Flames, an AoE one. Ow.
die!
Well, we lived. Hit him.
Out! Luis!
Ton of experience in the captain's uniform.
That'll do.
Ooh. And he got 2 level ups. 3 level ups.
I feel stronger.
Okay. Well, we got an extra point of luck. Let's give ourselves... You know what? We seem to be using magic a lot. Let's give ourselves a magic attack. A little bit of magic.
Nice. I feel strong.
And do we get to level Strohl, or do we get to just see him? He got strength, magic, agility, and luck. I think we just get to see him. Okay.
Impossible!
Never expected a commissioned officer would end up a wild-eyed zealot.
How did I do all that? And without an igniter?
Just like him. Who are you two, really?
I'm Leon Strohl. Just a fallen noble from the countryside. Back there, Klinger mentioned a village that was raised by a human. They sent for help, but he abandoned them. Halia was its name. I'm the son of its lord, and now I know what really happened. We sent our fastest riders, but we were doomed from the start. If Luis was behind it, then that's all I need to know. He's the one who'll answer for it. I have my own reason to fight now. I don't want to be an ally of convenience alone, so once more, please, let me join your cause.
What do you say, Grius?
I say keeping an eye on you was too much trouble in the first place.
So you've no objections? What say you, friend?
We're brothers in arms. You know what? We were keeping at a distance, but now we understand him. We understand his cause. We fought together. We're brothers in arms.
We're brothers in arms, my friend.
Brothers in... yes. I'll do my best to deserve that honor. Now, onward.
The proud noble, Strohl. Within him dwells the virtue of the warrior. Nurture thy bond with him, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
New bond. Rank 1,
Together we
Strohl.
stand.
The party can now study the warrior. I feel struck by inspiration. I found a new way to harness this power. I can sense the heroic embodiment of the warrior from Strohl.
Did you feel that just now? What's going on? Does it have something to do with that odd magic? Now that I think about it, once you awakened, isn't it weird that Strohl followed not long after? What does this mean? Huh? Wait, what?
We seeing more? Oh yeah, we're seeing more.
Hey, where are we? What just happened?
Surprising indeed. Somehow you find yourself here once more. And a fairy. I thought their kind long extinct. Do they yet take refuge in the Elden Sanctum?
Hey, you gonna talk to me or just at me?
We meet again, my friend. Though admittedly sooner than I'd expected. Remarkably, another has awakened. What miracle is this? Yes, that same power now stirs in your companion. Another of the mighty archetypes. Do you recall our discussion earlier about how archetypes are an original form of magic?
More or less.
Well, more or less.
Consider this. As an elder, you are an outcast of society, yes? Your very identity is a kind of destiny you may defy but not escape. All mortals suffer under the weight of our burdens. But in facing and embracing that anxiety, you make it your innermost power. You find freedom. And so, the lives of those who overcome their hardships and embody the virtues within are passed down as heroic tales. Your companion too had his eyes open to his true path and claimed its virtue. That awakening is your doing, you know. He awakened to the archetype that protects you.
Hey, hold on a second. Who even are you? How much do you know? I'm warning you, if you mess with him, you're gonna have to go through me.
Ah, you two share quite a deep connection, don't you?
Well, we didn't always, but now we're partners to the end. We're linked down to the depths of our hearts. Right?
Right.
Right.
We trust each other. I've got his back and he's got mine. And that's all there is to it.
The mystical fairy, Gallica. Within her dwells the virtue of the Mage. Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
New bond! We are now rank 1 with Gallica.
I won't lead you astray.
The party can now
That's the whole
study
reason I'm here.
the Mage. I can sense the heroic embodiment of the Mage from Gallica.
Hey, wasn't that...
Fascinating.
Also, it's very interesting in one of these games to have somebody who can actually hear the weird voice in your head that speaks to you. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to have more implications.
Do you understand what just happened? By connecting with others who have found their resolve, you awaken to new strength. And further, you and all your allies may fight with the strength of any archetype in your circle. As an example, your other companion, the fellow with the eye patch, he seems to have some training and knowledge regarding the wielding of an archetype. By his own account, nothing came of it. Yet if you so desire it, you can awaken the true power within him.
Or we can be very mean and awaken the true power within everybody else but leave him powerless. Just a thought. Not that we'd actually do that, but, you know, we could.
What? You mean Rias could use this power too?
The nature of the Seeker. No. Perhaps it is simply your own nature. You truly are remarkable. If you seek answers, then go and claim them. This right here.
What I'm about to show you is a lineage chart of the archetypes I've been researching. That said, there are many I've yet to see, so far it's incomplete. Each of you has your own chart. You'll use these charts in the assigning of archetypes.
Now then.
Firstly, let us consider the one-eyed warrior who yet bears no archetype. Open Grius's lineage chart, please. Okay.
This here.
This is the chart that shows the power and connection of the archetypes. You can gain a new archetype by selecting one here and studying its powers. To study, you will need Magla, the source of all magic, but simply drawing from the Magla within yourself will put too heavy a burden on you. What this means is that you will need to gather Mag from your battles and other sources. Keep that in mind as you travel. Each character can study archetypes obtained throughout the story by selecting the corresponding icon on the tree. Studying archetypes consumes Mag, minuscule shards of Magla crystals. Once a character has studied an archetype, you can use the main menu to change their channeled archetype at no cost.
That means...
To learn is to change oneself, they say. Here you may achieve that through study of the archetypes and their deepest secrets.
Now then.
Now, I'd like you to choose an archetype from among these. Okay, so we could give him Seeker, give him Mage, or we could give him Warrior. Now, can I see his stats anywhere? Does this let us see anything? So if I choose this, what does this do? I hear a familiar voice.
This power.
Magic is that which manifests itself from yearning. It is a thing born of the heart. Most resonant vessel in thee, which awakens with a roar. Thou art its speaker. 'Tis thy means to shout down thy fears with a voice like thunder. The heroes of old perished, only possessing one. Yet this marks thee apart. Thou canst acquire and wield many. Who are you? This voice I can't remember. Did I just miss my opportunity to give Grius one of these? Ah, no, that's just something we got for clicking on that. Okay. So I can press study and I can also do details. See the stats of this. So are the stats the same here? So 15, 7, 9, 8, 6. So if I go down here, 15, 7, 9, 8, 6. So those are his stats. So he has really high strength. So although you might think giving him the Mage would make sense, because Mage is the one that currently we have nobody with, I actually don't think this is the correct option, because if we give him Mage, we are maged as the person with the highest strength. Seeker could be okay, but again, it's the same problem. I think you have to be the warrior.
I see.
Study.
This right here.
Ah, this would be the archetype that young nobleman recently awakened to. The warrior's domain is physical offense by the way of a weighted greatsword. Few other archetypes can compete with its raw, destructive power, yet that specialization comes at a cost. It has virtually no utility or support outside of hard hits. If your aim is to overwhelm the enemy with brute force, I'd say this is a fine archetype to do it with.
Alright.
500 mag is required to channel the warrior. Is this the archetype you've chosen? Yes.
Sure.
Yes, he's earned my trust.
Of course.
So be it. Following you and the young man called Strohl, another worthy wielder of archetypes joined your ranks. From this sanctum, I shall speak to the heart of the man with the eye patch, Grius. Feel his resolve and let a new soul dwell in his heart. I hear the voices of past heroes' souls. O worthy heart who tempers anxiety into strength, if thou art ready to bear thyself and fight with all thine heart, I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the warrior.
What did you see?
What is this? Is it truly an archetype? It's the same magic I once strove for. I can't believe it. It's finally in my grasp. The warrior archetype has been awakened. You can now change archetypes from the main menu.
I see. This could be useful.
And that changes his equipment as well. He gets the captain's uniform as well with that. Okay. So is the equipment that you get, does that apply to an archetype type?
Fascinating.
That man with the eye patch should now have awoken to an archetype. Similarly, I can imbue you and that noble youth with a new archetype power. Feel free to experiment now and from here on. So, I could now switch to... Also, can I do details here? Okay, it doesn't tell me what I want. We could now learn the Mage. That makes a lot of sense for us. Then we've got an upgrade to the Seeker here as well, which is an unlock requiring more. Well, let's go Mage. I think this makes sense for us. Fire, Ice, and Electric would give us a lot of magic points we could hit.
I see.
Okay, so that actually has a stat change. Unlike the previous one that was just like flat stats. Okay.
I see.
So, we're going to have basically no strength, but instead we'll have the ability to hit a lot of damage with our magic. In overworld combat, recovers MP each time the enemy is stunned or defeated. Okay. Seems pretty good. Let's go for the Mage. Okay. Oh, explanation. The Origin Mage archetype learns Fire, Ice, and Electric magic, making it excellent for targeting enemy weak points. On the other hand, the Mage is fragile, they need protection, especially against pierce attacks. They also learn useful synthesis abilities and can help perform powerful single-target attacks in a variety of affinities. Okay. Yeah, so we kind of want to be sitting at the back throwing out magic and not be near the front, but that's okay. The Mage. This is the archetype you sensed from Gallica's way of life.
This right here.
Its heroic embodiment is that of a good teacher who manipulates the forces of magic at will and performs miracles in the name of the one who leads.
Alright.
500 Mage is required to channel the Mage for the first time. Do you want to awaken it? Yes?
I'm counting on you.
That is the power I seek.
Of course.
Then so it be. By shared resolve and honored creed, take new form as a Mage. I hear the voices of past heroes' souls. A worthy heart who tempers anxiety into strength. If thou art prepared to pursue knowledge that surpasses the natural logic of the world, I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the mage.
Really?
So this is the power of the mage's soul. No matter the magic, I shall see to its mastery. For all those still suffering in this land.
New skills, new possibilities.
Yes, and we want to swap. Okay, so we get different stuff here as well. Okay. That's okay. Interesting. Well, and Strohl, I don't think I can afford anything on, right? Nope. Okay. By talking to more in academia and studying archetypes, you'll be able to unlock and use new archetypes. You can gain useful strategic knowledge by attending Moore's lectures or by reading books from the surrounding bookshelves. Some functions of the main menu are now available, such as changing your archetype. Archetypes that have been studied in academia can be swapped in town or dungeons at any time. Changing them to suit your needs is a good strategy. You can now check the status of your royal virtues, the qualities necessary in a king, from the main menu. You can raise these virtues in many ways.
Ah, right.
Ah, yes, I've been meaning to tell you. I was rearranging things from the other day and found something that may be useful to you on your journey. I put everything in that box atop the chair. By all means, take it. Okay, but first I just want to check the menu here.
What now?
Okay, so we have equipment. That's what I wanted to check. So, he's currently using the captain's uniform, which is endurance and agility. Okay, so we could switch him out to anything else that we want. I think it just switched him onto this is because it's something it was the best thing that he could equip. I think I understand this. Yeah, so it simply was the best thing that he could equip. That makes a level of sense. So yeah, it must have done the same for us here. So we could equip this. That would take it away from him. Okay. So why? So it must have switched us to the military cuirass because it's got the highest defense. Okay, but we may want to switch back to our traveler's clothes because they're good at dodging. Potentially, if we're going to be at the back. What is 2 evasion? Is that good or is that bad? I don't know. Maybe we should switch to that. Traveler's shoes give us agility. Okay. And then the travel charm. None of these are important. These are just charm. These are just the base charms you can equip. That gives you strength. We could upgrade your cuirass to the military one. And then, yeah, we have the 2 swords here. Okay. And these are the same, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes a level of sense. Yeah, what we're working with here definitely makes a level of sense. Okay. Actually, I think that was his sword. I could have switched their swords together. And then we have you, who has all the fairy stuff on. Okay. Follower forge bonds. That's fine. We'll leave that for now. Quests. Shows our current quest. I see. Also a picture of our feet. Or someone else's feet. We have the calendar, which is the funeral in a week's time. Oh, also the weeks are shorter. They're only 5 days per week. Okay, that's definitely worth knowing. Study notes. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. There's our skills. There's our items. Okay. And then there's our party. Okay, and then we can set up tactics if we want to, but we're not going to do auto battles very often. Royal virtues, that's what I want to find. Courage, wisdom, tolerance, eloquence, and imagination. Okay. And then, wait, I assume it's only us who has those, right? Yes. Okay. Currently, Grius just has straight up better stats than Strohl, which does worry me a lot for Grius's continued survival. An elderly character who has better stats than the other characters in the party. That's definitely a worrying thing for survival. Anyway. Oh, you can also just see your royal virtues whenever by pressing this. Also requests. It says press right to get requests. Let's do a save here. And then I'm just going to press right. Oh, that requests, literally quests. Oh. Makes a lot of sense. And then follower takes you to your follower list. Okay. Cool. Well, this seems like a good point to end the episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.